turbulence is the price you pay for flying high. So whenever you're flying high, you're gonna have some bumpy areas. That's why I want to admonish you to don't give up, but hang in there.
Y'all see what I'm talking about? Come on, Kiara Sheehan, come help us. Everybody clap your hands. Kiara Sheehan. Thank you, God. Go.
What you gonna do when your back's against the wall? How you gonna respond when it seems the hope is lost? Tell me what you gonna do when you need a little more grace? Yeah. How you gonna respond when they try to test your faith? Hang on.
You gotta hang when your back's against the wall. You gotta hang when it seems my hope is lost. See, I'm a witness, he'll hold you up.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to Heart of the Matter podcast. It is a beautiful day here in Detroit. I don't know where you guys are at, but it's beautiful here. And I'm so excited for it because, it is June and we need good weather. The weather has really been back and forth, seriously. Like, we have been getting so much rain and like cloudy days. And when it's just rainy, it just does something to like your soul and your spirit. Not saying we worship the clouds or the moon or stars or anything, but it just does something to you. I don't know. But when the sun is out, you just happy, you want to be outside. So if our cousins and brothers and sisters catch this on the backside, we okay with it because we understand it's nice outside. I get it. But we are here with another excellent episode. This is episode 52. I can't believe we're just climbing and climbing. But this episode 52, do good guys finish last? And before I jump right in, I'm jumping in. I didn't even bring Melita on, but I'm about to bring her on in a second. I do want to acknowledge everybody who's on. Hey, Lakeisha. Hey, Brianna. Hey, Anthony. Yo, what's up? But no, if you are new to Heart of the Matter podcast, then we welcome you. We welcome you to please follow us on Facebook, on YouTube, Heart of the Matter Podcast 92 at gmail.com. And also, if you are not new, welcome back. But we thank you every week for coming back to the live. For our new listeners who may listen to this for the first time, Heart of the Matter Podcast is a podcast that we discuss a lot of different issues. And lately, it's been a lot of issues dealing with social immorality. So we do fatherlessness, motherlessness. We just talked about that, and a lot of the issues that are keeping us on a social decline, right? And so we discuss a lot of topics that may be sensitive. So we are in no way trying to provoke anybody or trying to trigger anybody. We hope that doesn't happen, but we do talk a lot about sensitive issues, which we are very respectful, and we do try to make sure we, pick our words correctly so we don't offend anybody. And then when we talk about solutions on here, it's always biblically based. So we try to get all of our solutions for our real life problems by the rule book, the book of God, the word of God. So that's the spill here. So, yes, that's done. But I'm so glad to see you guys here, you ladies, you gents. We're going to have an excellent topic today. I'm going to bring Melita in. Let me make sure she's ready for her close up. Hey, hey, hey. What's up, girl?
Hey, how you doing?
Yes, I'm great.
Hey,
I'm loving it.
everybody.
Yes. Y'all please share the live if you can, if you feel led to, right? But yeah, I'm doing well. How are you doing, Melita?
I'm doing great.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing well.
That is good to hear. How's at least I'm sorry, Lakeisha, which I call Lakeisha. How are you doing? Brianna, how are you doing? Anthony, how you doing? Anthony said we don't have that problem in Florida. Oh, y'all don't have a lot of that rain and clouds. Oh man, listen. And that's why I'm ready to move to a sunny state because I'm just, and I know it's not gonna be all the time, right? But it's like every other day we getting rain. Now we do got a week coming up for all sun, so I'm happy about that. But yeah. But getting right into the topic, I see everybody's doing good, doing well. That's great. Come to Florida. No, I ain't going to Florida. You know why? There's too many hurricanes there. Okay. But I'll be close by. Okay. I'll be somewhere close by, not too far. But okay. So we're going to jump right into the topic. The topic today is, do good guys finish last? Ooh, child. I forgot how did we Anthony said wrong. How did we come up with this topic, Melita? I forgot. I think I gave you the list. I was like, these next. I forgot.
You actually handed me the topic this time.
Yeah, but it was on my list, and I'm like, okay, just going down the list because when people give me something or I come across, I just write it on the list, and yeah. But yeah. But yeah, so this is a good topic. And I think because a lot of times it's cliche as we say it all the time. It's like, good guys finish last, right? But do they actually finish last? And since Anthony right now is the only guy here, we waiting for more of our fellas, then we got to kind of get your opinion because I know Anthony is a good guy, right? So I want to know, do you think it's that good guys finish last? Like, ladies, do you believe that good guys finish last? And I know, like I said,
Yeah.
it's not gonna be everybody, every guy. We're just talking about in general, majority, right? Do you feel like good guys finish last? Melita, you want to go first and tell your opinion, or you want to wait for them?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait for them.
Okay. We're gonna wait for y'all to come in. Where is Merely at? I didn't see him. Is he on here? Okay, so Anthony said explaining more. Hey sis, hey Tonya. Okay, so good guys, meaning the guys that I guess. Okay, let me play this clip real quick. If y'all haven't seen it, I'll just play this clip to jump right in. I shared it on the Facebook page. It was interesting. This is kind of where it came from, and things like this happen all the time. But let me go ahead and share it so you guys can see it. Oh, where's second? Okay. Okay, so if you was on the page, you saw it. Let's see. Trying to make it big. Okay, there we go. All right.
thought he was too nice. I thought I would walk all over him.
I don't know what it is. There is this thought out there. I want me a soldier. I want me a hard dude. And those are the worst guys to get. They're not nice to you. And you get a nice guy and you're worried like, I don't want him. Why wouldn't you want a nice guy? I mean, they always say nice guy finish last. That's because women are foolish.
Okay. So that is basically what we were talking about today. So if you saw the video, you saw how they're in court somewhere. I think they were in divorce courts, and she's just simply saying she just doesn't want him anymore because he's too nice, right? That's a good guy to me, somebody who's nice, respectful, all those good things. And she just didn't want to be with him anymore because he's too nice. And like Judge Toller said, there's this thing out here like, I do need a soldier. I know when I was growing up as a young lady, y'all know, y'all listen to that. If the status ain't hood, I ain't checking for you, right? All these songs about I'm a hot girl. I need me a hot boy, and I'm not gonna lie, I listen to them songs. Should I have been listening to them? Nope. But I can be honest and say I listened to those songs, and most women did, and I think that had a lot to do with us wanting like these bad guys or thinking it was something to it, like, oh, he a bad guy. He looks like a thug, right? He looks like, he's in the streets and stuff, like, and so the good guy who's maybe being nice to you, bringing you flowers, he's going to college, right? He may not have a lot of money like the doughboys. We like, nah, that's okay. You just too nice. So that's what I mean with when I say do nice or good guys finish last. And let's see, so what do you ladies think? Let's see. Tonya said, okay, she said hello. Okay, so Mama J, I explained what the good guy is. So let me know what you think. Tonya said, oh Lord, let me pray before I speak. Let me listen. LC said toxic women can't deal with nice guys. Yeah, I guess so. So I guess I gotta say I was toxic at one point because honestly, you said what?
I said, I think we could relate, toxic. As you grow up, sometimes you don't know what healthy is. You're still going through hormonal things. You may be going through a lot of different things that, that you're still learning because your parents could tell you, but they just, they're just boring or don't want you to have fun or however that is when you a certain age and you don't even notice it as toxic. I think being led by your emotions only, what I mean? And when your emotions fluctuate, especially growing up, your hormones, then you just everywhere, So when she said toxic, it made me think of girls. First of all, girls, they like the fairy tale thing, back then. Oh, so really toxic dudes, they love bomb you. They just get all into your emotions. Oh, I love you. They're very excessive and just over the top and just fill you with all these like heightened feelings. And I think that women, girls, they, the toxic girls that they'll just fall for it. They'll just, that's what they're feeding on. Their dopamine, that high. Yeah. And I think that's what they chase. And they think it's love because of, like I said, the fairy tales or these movies and things like that. And
absolutely. I know I was the one doing it. Like, if it's status ain't hood, I ain't checking for you. And you just singing this song. It just was crazy because the 90s, I love the 90s. And the music was so fun, right? And that's another thing, like you said, like those guys are usually fun, right? You out having fun with them. You're doing all kinds of stuff. Whereas the nice guys, it's like, they may be at the library or, it's nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? But they just ain't doing the same stuff. And like you said, they love bombing you. They still doing all kinds of stuff for you, treating you nice. And then they turn and then you like, oh, really? This is who you are, but they do all that stuff in the beginning. Whereas the other guy may not have that side to him as far as like the swag, let's say the swag, right? Because I listen, a lot of us be caught up into that swag. Oh, I know I was, because I loved a man who could dress. And I'm like, oh, he could dress, and so you get caught up in different things. That's the materialistic things because, you know what I'm saying? Just them dressing don't mean that they're going to be a good person, right? So yeah, I really think that, that the music and different things in the society made us head towards these bad guys and just be like, oh yeah, I gotta, I need a bad guy. Well, all the bad guys are 6 feet and above, though. That's another thing. No, I'm playing. I'm just playing. I was not serious. Go to the comments here. Anthony said social media made it hot to some females to have a bad boy or dope boy. Yeah, it did. I'm telling you, it was everywhere. Like, listen, I grew up in church every Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever. And I still was like, if it's status, ain't hood. So I know that
I try my best not to get that and still end up with something.
right. Like, you be trying to pull away, like, no, but it's just what's out here, right? And as a teenager, because I know we were young, teenagers at that time, you're just pulled to what's going on pretty much. And I think that's what they wanted to put out here. And now we got a lot of good guys. We can ask all kinds of nice guys who are single and trying to get, find women and just can't. Let's see. Tony, what did you have to say about it? I want to hear what you feel about this. Brianna said, I actually talked with this Caucasian male around his 30s. He said the women he encountered wanted a bad boy and not him because they consider him a good guy. Wow. Even our Caucasian sisters are doing this. What is going on? No, honestly, I really didn't think that they were, because you see them, right? Yeah, and it's usually they have the all dappered up and the type that we would be like, okay, yeah. But wow. Or I mean, unless it's if he's dating black women, then that may be the reason why. Not the reason why, but yeah. That explains it. Brianna said he's not even interested in relationships because women most likely choose the bad guys. Yep, that's what I just said. See, a lot of men are single because they don't want the good guy. They don't want the guy who will just take care of them, who will do right by them because he doesn't have enough swag. And like I said, I put myself into this because early on I was the same girl. Like, you need to dress. What did you got on? You got what on? I can't. And I was that girl. Like, I would be like, So listen, thank God for deliverance.
Yes. I'm like, that's your testimony, sis.
Thank God for deliverance from that, because it's crazy. It's crazy, and I do still love somebody who dress, but yeah, but that's not it. LC says Steve Urkel, Stefan analogy. Yes. Laura Winslow. Yep. She didn't want Steve, but fell for Stefan. Exactly. When he transformed, she was like, oh, I could deal with him. But the geeky one, but I don't know. Who gonna deal with Urkel though? Now that was a little bit too far, y'all. Urkel, that, like, the way he dressed and snorted, those type of things just kind of like me, how I used to be. Like, you could be eating, right? Like, y'all seen the movies, right? Where somebody just eating wrong and they showing their mouth, how they chewing and stuff right here. I'll be like, ugh. I would be like that in real life. So listen, this topic is really hitting me because I would be like that, like, it's over. Don't call me no more. What? Why did you not wipe your mouth? You know what I'm saying? Or they drop it stuff. It just, the sloppy type. That's a really good guy, but they sloppy. It's like, you know what? But you know what? And I was wrong. I shouldn't have been doing that. Okay. I shouldn't have been doing that. Like, I'm telling you. Hey, Merely, he's here. Tonya said, baby, just don't be talking to me about the university. She's silly. She said that's what some guy said to her. Like, yeah, she's like, God is so good. Oh, yeah, the universe do be doing them things. Like, click at this point.
Yeah, nah, no. All right.
Right. And, next. Hey, Ash. Brianna said, I told him to do like good guy. I told him women do like good guys, but girls like bad boys. So he needs to find a woman, not a girl. It's about levels of maturity. Gotta clap you up, Brianna, because that's it. Like, when you mature, you get out of that phase, right? When you actually get mature, it's like, what was I thinking? What am I thinking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, huh? And you do get out of that phase. And then some people don't even have a phase. I don't know. But because Ashley said, not me. Okay, ma'am. But I think it was a thing that a lot of young girls had because, like I said, society. But I feel like these are some of the reasons I wrote down why women don't really like, or why good guys finish last, or they don't go for the good guys, right? I said that women want men who will stand up to them and not allow them to be ran over. So I think a lot of times good guys take a lot more than a so-called bad guy would. And I don't know, Merely or Anthony, please let us know what y'all think. But I do feel like sometimes, and we do want, the good guys are supposed to have patience. So that is a great man to have patience, right? But I do feel like sometimes they have a little bit too much patience. And so a woman is like, okay, listen, you just let me run you over at this point. I'm just doing whatever I want to do. You like, okay, babe. Oh, babe, please don't leave. Oh, babe, no. It's like, okay, it's unattractive at that point, you know? Also, I think, which is may not be it's probably not a good thing, but women like competition. And usually the good guys aren't getting any action. So it's not attractive. So I know that, I don't know. Can you agree with that, Melita, or you don't know? You don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm still weighing it out.
So let's put it like this. If you see like all the 6'5" guys, dark skin, chocolate, those type of guys, right, would be more competition, right? Those would be like more the bad guys. And because they got a lot of women, they, you know what I'm saying? I guess they would be more the bad guys. Not bad, but like the guys that's like maybe doggish, I think, right? And so I think it's a competition thing. So women like to have a man that other women like. It's just like how it goes. Like, not to say that they want to share their men, right? But it's to say that they just like to be like, this my dude right here. Right. You know what I'm saying? The other women would be like, dang girl, yup. Just like men, kind of. You know what I'm saying? Just like a man would want his fellas to be like, yeah, man, you bagged a bad one, okay? She's bad. Or his uncle to be like, yeah, nephew, I see you. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the same thing that happens with women.
Yeah, nephew.
No, seriously, you know, you bring her to the cookout, and if they always say that, like seriously, if that man ain't saying, or if your uncle ain't saying, like, you know what, she bad, nephew, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like, okay, she ain't that bad. Let me take her back. Um, and then I wrote that the good guys are usually the saviors, and the bad guys are fun. So those are my three different reasons I believe that why some good guys finish last. Not saying that's all of them, you know, but I feel like this is the reason why we have this clash of why it's so many single men and so many single women, right? Because it's a lot of single men and women. And all I hear, because I'm not in a dating scene, I hear that it's, you know, you tell me it's pee in here, Merely tells me it's horrible. Everybody I hear says the dating scene is horrible. Like it's bad. It ain't nobody out here. It ain't nobody this way. But my thing is, right, if it's so horrible, we got good guys over here and the women who don't like good guys. If they would just come together, then the dating scene wouldn't be so bad to me. I would think. I don't know. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts. Hey, Alan. Alan said nice guys finish last. Women do when a tranny on the track. Alan, what? Lord, Alan about to go in. I can tell right now. Let's see. Alan, would you consider yourself a nice guy? I want to know. Would you consider yourself to be a nice guy? All right. So it says, y'all love hood men until they make y'all single moms, then the good guy matter after y'all damage. You know what? That may be true. I can actually say that, you know, that does happen, right? And again, what I'm saying is the women, y'all, the nice guys just need a little bit more swag. Y'all just need to no I'm playing, but I'm serious.
I think that, you know, to me, it still goes back to, you know, when you're young and immature, you think that if it feels like love, then it must be love. Or, you know what I mean? If they're saying, you know, if they chasing you or whatever, then they must want you really bad. You know what I mean? So, I mean, or, you know, just things like that. We just thought, you know, I personally tried my best. Like, I was like, okay, I'm gonna make sure they pants not sagging down. They in school. They
Right.
not but and then another thing too is like the bad guys notice the good girls. You know what I mean? On top of that, so the girl that's
They
like,
looking for the good girls.
nobody's in, you know what I'm saying? Nobody see me, and then somebody see you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they go after it. So it's like, I think that, you know, it's easily to be, you know, deceived by that, you know, by being wanted and you know, stuff like that. So, you know, but I didn't I never said, oh, I want the thug, I want the the hood dude. I didn't want that.
Right.
So
It just happened, like you said, because
because we're all kids, you know what I'm saying? I
right,
was
you are children.
18
Yeah.
when I met my children's father. So he hadn't even developed yet. So we didn't know which way he was gonna go. He started out as one way and ended up another, as did I. So that's my story, but I do understand, but I always tried to pick the ones that was different.
Right.
I never liked the same, so
Right. I understand. I mean, and that like you said, the good guys or the bad guys often look for the good girls too, right? And before they become toxic or whatever, they usually present themselves in a nice, sweet way. It's not that they're just like, oh yeah, get over here. It ain't nothing
right.
like that. It's like they're sweet, just like the nice guy, right? They're kind, they're all this, but they might look a little better. They might dress better. They might have a little more swag. And on top of all this, so they got all this and they still treating you right. And then until you find out, like, Negro, you know what I'm saying? Or immature you until you mature. And once you mature, then it's like, I don't even like none of this stuff you doing no more. And then now you do like the stuff that the nice guy has, right? You do like some of that. So you're like, well, dang, they wasn't that bad. And it just
Right, so the
happened.
bad guys, they're good at pretending.
Yeah,
Really.
exactly.
And when you're young and immature and you're still learning what the fake and real is, you know what I mean? You sometimes get duped out of counterfeit or whatever.
Mhm. Yes.
The fake, the pretenders. So I
Yes.
feel like, so that happens.
Yeah, it's the same with women, I guess, where I don't know why we always see this. The good men always have the bad, toxic women. Always had a baby mamas who don't want to take care of the kids, who, you know what I'm saying, leaving them everywhere, who they got to go try to figure things out, or they single dads now. It goes both ways. It's never just one way. It's out here both ways, right? And so we're just discussing this just because it just came up and it was on our list to discuss it. But I'm going to go to a couple comments. Let's see what Merely says. Merely says, from my experience, women have a counterproductive emotional complex. The key to them is to have a nice mix of charm, nonchalance, and a-hole. Heavy on the a-hole. Well, I think he's on to something here. Definitely the charm. Like I said, I think that plays into like the swag and things like that. That's charming, right? And I guess the nonchalance, I've seen somebody say something about, where you pretty much not all on them, like, oh baby, I love you, please don't, you know what I'm saying? It's not saying don't love your woman, but if you can't be just like a man doesn't want a woman that clingy, you want them to, it's like to have a balance. All things have a balance. You just overly everything. Yes, man, yes, this. And it's like, okay, do you ever say no? Like, it ain't even in a bad way. Like, but it's like, come on, you got to have a balance. And I think sometimes good guys may not have that balance. They maybe develop it after they're hurt, right, by a woman, but I don't think they always have that balance. Anthony said, my image made me a target of thinking I was a bad guy. Laugh out loud until they realized after my change with God, I'm a good guy. Okay. He said, but it is true that some females want a bad guy, which is ridiculous. It is. Now, at this age, I would think, I'm almost 40 and everybody on here maybe like mid late 30s. But it's still women out here that wants this same type of guy, the doughboy, the guy, you know what I'm saying, with all the money. And there's nothing wrong with having the money, but the guy who, you know what I'm saying, just got all the swag, the charm, you know what I'm saying, got a bunch of women and everybody's chasing after that man, that one man, and that's usually what happens. So the good guys are on the wall, waiting for a chance, but everybody's chasing after one guy. We seen it in high school. It's just how it be. You know what I'm saying? Everybody looking at this one guy like, oh, he's so fine. This every girl in the class. Why it's a bunch of other guys, but nobody really talking to those guys. It's just, I don't know why it works this way. Why? Alan said, fellas, teach your sons to be future, not Russell Wilson. Savior is trash. And heck no, I ain't a nice guy. Laugh a lot. I was till I woke up. Okay. So again, you were a nice guy until you woke up. What did you do to wake up? Like, does that mean you got hurt and now you're no longer a nice guy? Because that's what I was just saying. Like, listen, a lot of times Now you've become one of those guys, that isn't nice, but that's because that you got hurt, so that means you chose a woman who was toxic, right? Alan, a man that Ray Ray Pookie wasn't never no love. It was love at first guts. Oh Lord. It was love, okay? It was puppy love, but it was love. LC said thugs, biker boys, parolees, etc. seem exciting and make toxic women feel safe, I guess. I've heard the old saying, a bad boy makes a good girl's heart beat fast.
I think about how oh my god, what is that boy? Jay-Z, how he said once a good girl's gone bad, she gone forever.
Yeah.
I gotta deal with the fact I did her wrong forever. And so it's like, I think that it happens to men too.
It does. It does. And that's why most of the men who were good men, now they're just like, they dogging women out. That, you know what I'm saying? If they don't get healing and the proper recovery, of course, Jesus, then they just dogging women out. Every woman they meet, is not good enough. And, it's just a cycle because they're still hurt by, of course, the toxic woman who hurt them. Most likely it's a cycle.
Yeah, that goes back to why it's so important to have God, because like he will show you what's real. He will show you the heart, just like he see the heart of man. God will show you the heart of man, the heart of woman. The traits in which he put into them and want to bring out. And it won't be just falling in love with potential, because he will show you literally more of purpose. You know what I'm saying? And their design more than anything, just the potential, because they're going towards that way. You know what I'm saying? So then how to help them, who they are, their spirit, all of these type of things you start to learn and know when you have Christ, because he shows you.
That was good. Falling in love with potential. I think that's so good. That makes so much sense. And I think that's a lot of what we do, or have been doing, falling in love with potential. You say, well, he's good here. He has this nice quality. He does have that. Okay, well, I can work with it. Instead of saying, okay, Lord, what did you say I need to find in, a good husband or a good man? And I think, again, it goes back to maturity, because as a teenager, right, or somebody who in their early 20s, you're not really thinking of, oh, does he go to church and does he know the Lord? You're not thinking of these scriptures, right? Because you just are not. You, even if you know some of them, you're not. It's not instilled into you at that point. It should be, but it's not. And I think that's why before, even in young cultures, I mean the Bible culture, their parents pick their husbands and spouses, right? Because the parents had the wisdom and understanding to say, okay, this is going to be a good family for you. This woman is going to be right for you or whatever, and not based upon looks or whatever, but based upon their family has this, they do this, their beliefs are this, and now it's safe for them to come together and start a family. But now when we're doing it on our own, we don't have that maturity at that young age. So we're going out here picking boyfriends and girlfriends based off what we're listening to, what's on the radio, what's on the TV. And now we have a culture of men and women who are, in the dating pool, can't find anybody to date because one is they're too good, or now you don't have this. And it's just all these excuses when all we need to look for is, do you have the Lord? Do you have God? Do you know him? Do you trust the scripture? And find what the things are in common that you have in common, and then make it work. But we have so many single people because we're looking for things that are unrealistic.
All right. We're looking based on flesh and society instead of, the heart, the spirit.
Yeah, exactly. And we got to start doing that, especially at this age. There's no excuse. Alan said, it's funny how all don't want a hood, but always end up getting God. Yeah, it happens. It's a lot. He said heavy on disrespect as well. Hi, Phoebe. Hey, girl. Hey. She said, I just saw this. Most people are immature and broken and are attracted or drawn to what broke them until they grow in understanding and they heal. That's good. That is good. Like, seriously, I think that sums up a lot, like maybe 70-80%, right, of what it is. It's an immaturity for one. I know with me, I definitely was immature. Like, just like, yeah, I'm about to, what I'm saying? And then you just be thinking like, whatever, I don't know. That was just me. But I know definitely immaturity for real. And then some people are definitely broken as well. So they're looking for any type of love they can get. And when they find it, no matter what it is, they just try to hold on to it, even though it's not
Yes.
good. Alan said bad guys don't pretend, y'all just ignore it till it's too late. Okay, but they don't normally act like a bad guy in the beginning. They don't, because it had to be something to attract you there to also keep you. And even if you a bad guy and you disrespectful, especially as soon as you start talking to somebody and they're disrespectful, they calling you names, I don't think nobody gonna stick around. So I kind of disagree with that. They
Right.
have to do something to keep you there. It's that they reel you in with those sweet nothings and all the things that they're doing. And of course they're nice looking. They got the swag, they got everything. You like, oh my goodness, dream come true. And then you get hit with it. It's just like the enemy, right? And this is so true. Like you could be doing like you in a relationship, you married or whatever, right? As soon as you find, your spouse or whatever ain't doing something, you may find another woman or man who is doing what they aren't doing, right? And you say, you know what? I'm leaving. I'm leaving my spouse. I'm going to get this young lady over here because she does everything I need. And then once you get there, the enemy, he's put blinders on you. So you got blinders on. You can't really see this person. You just see perfect. Oh my God. He does everything that my husband won't do. She does everything that my wife won't do, right? As soon as you get to that person, the enemy pulls the blinders off of you, and now you see everything that they don't do everything you want them to do, that they're even worse than what was before, like seriously. Like, so it's a thing called you're just blinded. Sometimes love blinds you, but I don't agree that these men are just coming like, hey, um, B, get over here. I know you want to talk to me. No woman's going to tolerate that. So they reel you in with the sweet words, and they reel you in with the so-called respect until they've had enough with playing the facade, and then they change to who they really are. Um, and then in some cases, yeah, there may be more signs, but no. Anthony said, I think you have to be in the middle because I'm a good guy, but I'm most definitely not a pushover or easily to be ran over. But I never understood why women like bad guys. But then when he hits you or disrespects you, now all men no good. But some women still choose that type of man. It's confusing and ridiculous to me, but the devil play his tricks with society. That sums it up. Like seriously, like Anthony said, I agree. You should be in the middle. Not saying you need to be just a horrible person, but you can't be a pushover, right? You can't be just letting a woman just be like, okay, babe, whatever you want. Now, Steve Urkel, no, that wouldn't have. If you really a Steve Urkel, I think that wouldn't have lasted at all. Because he just was like, okay, Laura, you can have everything you want. You can have the house. You have everything, right? And that no woman.
But when you think about it, Steve Urkel didn't go past his morals, though. You know what I'm saying? Not even for her. He's like, that don't sit right. He gonna tell the truth, and I feel bad. I just had to say something. It's like at the end of the day, like even he had she was just she just took advantage of your love and respect. But yeah.
Well, not even the morals part, right? I'm saying because you got to understand before you see all that, it's like attraction, right? Even though he had that, yeah, no, but you're already not attracted to him because he already like, yeah, I will give you everything, and he's already a pushover. So you know what I'm saying? Like that will come late. The morals and stuff, yes, I understand all of that. You want somebody with a solid moral compass, but when you're just looking at a person, you like, you was just too whack for me. I can't, we just got to be real. That's how it be. Like seriously, because the first thing you see on somebody is how the attraction of them, how they look and how they act on the outside. You don't even really know the inside until you get with them deeper. You don't really know any of that. You know what I'm saying? So I just think, like Anthony said, in the middle is better because again, you're not too soft. You're not too rough. That's called having a balance.
A balance. Yeah.
Which we need. You got to have a balance. But like he said, nowadays, most women are chasing after the same men, the tall and dark skinned men. I'm telling y'all, I already know. Tall, dark skin, basketball players, And I think that's why a lot of women are single. Not every woman, but again, maybe some of us are even overlooking some good guys. So Melita, maybe you're overlooking some good guys, right? I gotta throw you in there. You might have a good guy because it's gonna make you re-examine. Now you're gonna be like, you know what?
No, I'm not overlooking a good guy.
She's like, no, I don't know now. I don't know now. You may be. No. But I'm just thinking, like, because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not in the dating scene, but I just hear so many bad things about it. And I'll be looking like it's a good guy right there, but I don't know them inwardly or anything. So I'm just thinking. Alan says women practice polygamy but don't want to realize it. Laugh out loud. Everyone's after the same guy. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. And it's not that they're practicing it because they don't really want to do it. It's a competition thing. And that's what I said. A lot of women have the competition because of women be like, I want to be better than the next woman. I look better than this woman. You know what I'm saying? And so a lot of times it's not that they're really practicing it, but they want to be like, oh, I can get him from you. Oh, I can have him and you won't have him. And again, it's only so many of those men that are 6'4" or 5" or whatever, dark skin, handsome, whatever. It's only so many of those. We got to stick with the Light brothers, because they good too, y'all. Y'all just slipping on them. Brianna said Alan chose the wrong women, and that's on him. Lord.
Right. When it's us, we need to choose better. But when it's them, it's because it's actually the women.
We all need to choose better. We all could have chosen better. We can't
it goes back to having the wrong eyes, looking for the wrong things.
Yeah. And being young, immature. Again, most parents are not preparing you like, listen, I know my parents would tell me, get a man who's in church, right? Get a man who's in church. So I'm like, okay, he going to church. Cool, come on, But you got to say, right, get a man who actually know the Lord, not just going to church, because you could go to church and don't know nothing about God, don't want to know nothing about God. So, you know what I'm saying? That's why I think we got to really sit down and teach our children, like, listen, this is the woman you want to look at. These are the characters she needs to have. She needs to desire to be a wife, right? She needs to desire to want to take care of her home and the children, and to want to do that, not just, okay, I just want to be a wife because I like the name and you do everything and take care of me. No, you have to we have to really raise our children that what to look for, in these women, or even in the men. They have to want to be a provider. He has to want to be the priest of the home. He has to know his word, know God, so yeah. Say Melita quoting JC. Give me the holy oil.
Look, I wasn't always saved.
She's showing you, that she knew this is how the hot girl season started. So I'm playing. I'll just make it up. Elsie said, give me a Russell Wilson any day. Russell seems to be a good, boring guy, but he has something. Sierra, stay pregnant. Laugh out loud. Future can go bye-bye. No, I agree too. But I think what they're saying is like, listen, before he's saying that, I guess Russell is like, I guess, a simp, because now he's taking care of a woman who has a child by somebody else. But that's not the case, and a lot of men say that, but you have to understand that everybody makes mistakes, right? So should she be penalized for the rest of her life because she made that mistake? Because there's plenty of men who made the same mistakes. So do they not deserve a good woman now? Because, oh, you made a mistake, you had a child or whatever. No, go find that. No, people make mistakes. People are young. We have to start giving people grace, especially women. A lot of the men just go on women and, give us no grace and just be like, well, you shouldn't have did that. Well, if you would have chose this. But listen, you don't understand that women, again, a lot of times have to mature and grow up too. Maybe their circumstances, maybe they didn't have a good role model growing up. It's a lot of different things. And I'm not making excuses, because men are doing the same thing. Men have the same amount of baby mamas and baby, as the women. We can't just point to the women. I agree.
Exactly. I think it goes back to like society too. Like, I said it before, in God and the word, even though Eve took the fruit and, Adam was still the one that was held most accountable as the man. It's like I feel like we don't, hold the men up to the, well, not all of, not everybody, but it's just like it's just a blame game to me, and
Yeah.
it was designed to point fingers. Adam pointed fingers at Eve. Eve pointed fingers at the serpent. So it's just a lot of finger pointing. So, and I think that that's part of the issue. And then another thing too is like we complain about society, but we don't try to save the children. Oh, so the mama chose wrong. So just let the kid just grow up and just be wild, what I'm saying, wild and rob us one day. He gonna rob your daughter, what I mean? Because you didn't care about him because the mama made the wrong choice.
Oh well.
And so did the father.
Life goes on, right?
So, but it's like that's gonna come back and bite us in society via society. Looking at society is proof.
Because we got to understand that what's in the home comes out to society. So, you know what I'm saying? If those children are raised by a single mom, has no father around, even though, yeah, she was with Pookie, right, whatever. Even if that happens, you got to still understand the children will one day come into society. And maybe you have a nice daughter or somebody who you raised up well and you did this. And now she becomes a victim or a target of that person. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we should want everybody to still be able to thrive and get the man or whatever that they deserve and not be like, oh, you don't deserve that man. Oh, I would never do that, because everybody makes mistakes. Everybody deserves some type of grace. Are they going to get the top man like Kevin Samuels used to say, the what is it, the quality man or whatever? Maybe not, of course, and they probably shouldn't even look for that. But I think people should date within their caliber, right? Don't date above your means, right? If you know that you already got maybe so many children or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Don't be like, okay, I'm gonna date this man. He has no children. And some men don't care, because some men just love children. But maybe date a man who he already got kids too. Okay, whatever. Now we got a big blended family. You know what I'm saying? This guy is the average guy that every woman wants. Don't chase after him, because most likely he will just, okay, now you got a baby, I'm out, because there's so many other options out there. So we just got to give people grace, I think, not just women, but also men. We have to give them grace too, because they make a lot of bad decisions too. It's not just women. Alan said, all due respect, why Christians be picking the worst? So God ain't talking to them, because Sister Aline been picking wrong since the 60s and been in church since the 50s. I don't know who that is.
My thing is, do she have a relationship with God, or is she religious just going to church?
Yeah, and that's the thing. I don't know who that person is, but he said she been in
It's
church.
an example, I'm sure.
Well, the thing is, like I said, I can get young, right? I get this happening as a young woman or young man, because again, most of the time we're immature, we don't have understanding. But if you are still going through this, then it's either that, like Melita said, you're just a religious person. You go to church just because you go to church, and that's the right thing to do, right? And you don't really have a relationship with God. You don't know your word to understand what it says, right? And I think that's usually how Christians get stuck in that loop, because they're not understanding what God's word says. So they don't understand what to choose, what to pick, things like that. And so that could be the case. I don't know her personally, so that's all I got for that. You got anything else, Melita?
No.
Okay. I'm going to Anthony. Anthony said, I got hurt by a female, but it's still not changing my character, period. No female or demons will change Anthony or have control over my life. I'm going to always be respectful to women and be a good role model. But don't get it twisted. Just because I'll be a good man, I'll never be pushover or be used or ran over by anyone. It's a balance. Amen. And that's what we're saying. And that's good, Anthony. But Anthony, how many men do you know who are toxic men now? Because they were hurt, they haven't healed. They are broken, and they use other women, sleep with them, use their bodies to now try to heal a trauma that needs to be healed by God, right? In some therapy. But they won't get the therapy. They'll just continue to get women, continue to sleep with them, right? And now it just creates another monster, because now the woman becomes a monster too, or now she has a baby. So now there's more broken families. It's a cycle, so like you said, you didn't get hurt by the female breaking your heart, but a lot of men do get hurt, just like women get hurt. And now they become the dog that, like, oh, he a dog, Unfortunately, some women like dogs, but yeah. Alan said y'all wasn't broken at no dog on 18. No, I mean, okay, so Alan, we can't say that they were not broken at 18 because some women, right, come from maybe abusive households. Maybe they didn't have a father in their home and they're looking for love in another man, or maybe they just, society has gotten there. They're immature because most people are immature at 18. You don't know what you're doing, but you think you're grown, right? I know I did. You think you're grown. You 18, you got your little car, you know what I'm saying? You got your music playing, and it just stuff like that just happens. I'm not saying everybody, but some people are immature and some people are broken. So I get what she's saying. It's not inclusive to everyone, but a lot of women are, especially in this day, a lot of women are broken.
I mean,
go ahead, Melita.
Even psychology wise, like so many things can break you at such a young age. You can be broken at 4. You can be broken at 3. You can be broken. Well, 2 is probably not, as much. It's a lot of recovery time, but that's still what happens when you 2 affects you. So you have death, you have abuse, you have bullying, you have so many different things, sexual abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, emotional abuse, so many different things that will have you broken, hurt, misunderstandings, death, moving, it's a lot of things that literally will break you. I don't think we realize how fragile children are, and girls, but even boys. I think that girls and boys, we are very fragile, and I think that we don't really understand that one wrong word, one thing can really affect a child and damage them for a long time. And I think that when we realize that, then we'll have a little bit more grace for some people.
Right.
Even for ourselves, soul search, do some searching. How far does the damage go? Because it could be when you was 2, when you was 2.5, when you was 3, you could have saw mama sleeping with somebody and supposed to be in church. You could have saw, daddy sleeping with everybody and supposed to be, in church. So it's like, it's so many things that could have, have broken you or damaged you, both men and women, that have, kind of miscued our emotions and how we see things and what we value in a person or don't value.
Absolutely. So many things. We're going to have to take psychology 101. Brianna said, right, the so-called good guy I fell for was super helpful and nice, especially when I felt alone and clueless. He was my best friend. And that's what I'm saying. They don't always have bad characteristics or bad things going on with them. Again, who's going to just come to you with all that crap? Even the good guys have things going on with them that you don't see at first. So we can't, most people are going to give you their representative. That's just how it goes, and then you fall for the representative and you keep searching. I know it's there somewhere. It's coming back, and it's never coming back because it wasn't them. But you look at like they gonna go back.
It's coming back.
Oscar says, stop lying on the enemy. That person was always who they were. They provided a certain type of experience for that woman. Who's lying on the enemy? Because this is actual biblical truth. You can be blinded, especially when you're in sin, especially when you don't believe. The enemy is able to blind you from the things of Christ. How can you see something of Christ when you know God? So you are blinded. If you go to the word of God, let me pull it up. And in the word, it tells you, because I know he's talking about where I was talking about the guy, it was a husband who was talking about how he was blinded. He left his wife, divorced her. And then as soon as he got with the other woman who he felt like did everything right, that the woman that his wife wasn't doing, she had the same issues and it just wasn't even the same with her. So again, he wasn't blind anymore. He was blinded all that time up until after he divorced his wife. So if you go to 2 Corinthians 4, it says, whose unbelieving minds, the God of this world, who's the God of this world? The devil, right? Hath blinded, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of God, should shine unto them. So again, you can be blinded. If you're cheating, most likely you're blinded, right? Because you know that adultery is wrong. So if you're in that, your eyes have been blinded to the truth. right?
Mhm.
Whether it's ignorance, whether it's that you're in it because, oh, I fell into this, whatever, you're blinded now because the
Mhm.
God of this world has blinded you. And only until God shines his light on you, this is scripture, then your eyes will be open. And this is why a lot of times you leave your husband or wife because you see something better in that other person. But you're not seeing the faults there because you're blinded at that time. So this is Bible, 2 Corinthians 4. Alan said the devil didn't make her make that decision. They just stupid. Listen, I think y'all not comprehending what we're saying, right? We never said the devil made anything. Y'all taking that out of context. What we were talking about in the beginning when I said that was there was a guy who was talking about how he divorced his wife because he was blind, because he thought the other woman had everything he needed and his wife no longer did. So we're not saying and nobody said the devil made them do anything. We both have admitted that we've done things on our own accounts. So
Mhm.
not the devil. The devil can only give you ideas, right? You have to make the decision, right? I never
And
said
he
that.
can deceive. He could paint a picture. But he can't
Right.
make you do anything.
Anything. Yeah.
But when you're blinded, it's easy for you to do what his suggestion is. He will convince you it's your idea. I mean, that can't happen.
Exactly.
But but it's still a choice. Why? Because you chose to serve yourself, your flesh, and not God. You sure,
Right.
but it does say you can only serve two masters. So at some point, the devil does have a certain level of power that he uses, whether it's the power of suggestion or like you said, putting blindfolds on you, but you're gonna serve God or the devil, period. There is no in between.
Yeah.
And
It's plenty
even
of
serving yourself is serving the enemy.
Yeah. And so nobody's saying the devil made me choose that. No. But sometimes the enemy can put the right thing right there for you. And like, look, there, and of course it's you are the person doing it. Right. And I'm not saying that the devil, all these situations is the devil. I'm not saying that. I was talking about that one situation where the man left his wife, divorced her because of the side woman, and then found out the side woman was worse than the wife, or it wasn't everything that he thought up until he got a divorce. Why didn't he not see any of this before? Because he was blinded. You got to understand, anytime you're in sin, anytime you're doing wrong, you are able to be blind. The enemy is able to be blind because you're in sin. So you got to read the scriptures, because even the Bible in the Old Testament, the Bible talks about how the people see, but they can't see. They hear, but
They
can't
have
hear.
veils over their eyes.
What is that?
Blind
Right?
leading the blind.
And it's only until God removes it, right? It's only until he removes it, and then you can see now. Oh, okay. Revelation. Anthony says, "Sis be going back in time." Laugh out loud. Okay. Related. He said she definitely overlooking guys. Lord. Okay, let's get a love connection going. So I know. Alan said, "Y'all need to stick with the short men too and bulky." Well, we stick with whatever we want, sir. No, I'm playing. Let me stop. Let me stop. Listen, it's nothing wrong with the short men. Because if you ain't really over 6 feet, you short too. So you're short, So yeah. But yeah, anyways, Sonya said not hard girl season started, sis. Okay. Brianna said, Russell ain't perfect, but I'm sure he is better in future. I'm sorry, you said something.
Oh no. I
Oh,
thought yeah.
Exactly. That's what we got to realize. Nobody's perfect in this situation. So she doesn't have a perfect man either. You just don't know his flaws like Future's flaws, right? Russell is a simp all day. He's the type that be hanging with the boys and be like, I wonder what my wife is doing. How is that a simp? You miss your wife.
You up there, and he up there laughing, giggling, smiling, living his best life. So whatever you want to call it.
Listen, he's not a simp. The thing is, I think what society has done is cause men to not value, family, not to value their wife, their children, home life. That is where joy comes from. My dad used to say this all the time, like, I get joy out of just taking care of my family, right? You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And so I was like, wow, okay, he ain't got to do nothing. He just want to take care of the family. But that's what but he didn't do nothing. But that's what I think more men need to understand, right? Yeah, you can hang out with your boys, but why not think about your wife? What's wrong with thinking about your wife when that's the love of your life? You know what I'm saying? When you're her protector, you know what I'm saying? When you're her priest, you want to make sure everything's right at home. What's wrong with that? I don't never gotten men who hang out with a bunch of other men, just hanging out all the time. Like, why? You know what I'm saying? Because now it's just too much stuff going on out here to do that. I'm gonna suspect some things if all the time it's just a bunch of men around. That's no. Alan said more women have kids by the same guy. So no, a lot of men do not have kids. Y'all think of the 10, though 8 guys are everybody. They not. A lot of you saying a lot of men do not have kids? Okay, Alan. Okay. You don't think you know oh my goodness. Okay. Listen, the men have kids. Now, some of these new men ain't having no kids. Now, I don't know why they don't have no kids because maybe some of them just can't have children because it is a lot of things in the food that is preventing a lot of men and women from procreating. And that could be the case because, listen, or some women have just gotten abortions and aborted the kid because you can't tell me, you've been perfect. I've been perfect all this time. I'm still screwing and I'm doing everything I want to do and I don't have a baby on the way, or I've never had a slip up because that's what it's made for, to procreate. So, and it just so happens that the women who are doing the same thing you're doing, or the men, they just have kids out of it. They don't get rid of their kids or abort the kids. They keep the kids, right? And it could have happened to anybody. It just didn't happen to that man who does not have kids. But now he wants to go and penalize every other man or woman, because he doesn't have any children, but you probably aborted your children, or maybe you just can't have any at this time. You know what I'm saying? But don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't get down on everybody else like that because you just haven't produced any at this moment. I mean, it's really not that I think that everybody who's out here having sex is trying to have children or trying to be a baby mama or trying to be a baby daddy. I think they just doing what everybody else who don't have kids. They just sleeping around, in which we shouldn't be sleeping around, but we are. And what is produced? A baby. Just what happens. Okay, let me go to Alan. 99% of baby mamas thinking they can get that guy and disrespect the guy on her level. So nah, women control the dating market. Okay. I can see they control that. I can see that. The good guy was her best friend. See right there. Why wouldn't your thought process be, I want to give this man some Nah, it was, he's a great friend. Tragic and waste of time. Well, I think she said she dated him, right?
Yeah.
Right? So she did give him a try, Alan.
Yeah.
So she's saying that the guy was a good guy. He was her best friend. And he was a good guy. So she gave him a try and he turned out to still not be right, is what she's saying. Mm-hmm. So even the good guys be faking sometimes.
Never would have thought.
He said, free share. I don't even have nothing to say. Okay. No, I'm playing. Alan said, y'all are strong women of God, though. Love the dialogue. Oh, okay. Thanks, Alan, because you was just going in.
Alan.
Thank you. Finally. Let up off of us. He's like, oh, now you like that comment, Anthony. Oh, Lord. Here you go. He said, I like your comments. I be bragging on. Okay, that's their dialogue. Okay. Alan said, this is why mothers don't need to teach sons. And then you say male bonding is somehow gay, but girls trips is all good. No, I didn't say that. You're taking my words out of context, Alan. I never said that. I said because you said he can't even go be with his boys without thinking, oh, I wonder what my wife doing. What's wrong with that? So just because you with your boys, you should put all the sight, oh, my wife don't even exist. Like, why not think of her like, oh, you know what? I miss my wife. I don't, what's wrong with that? I'm not saying it's anything wrong with hanging out with your guy friends, but when it becomes all the time and then you're not thinking about your wife, that's the problem. I'm never saying there's a problem with you hanging out with the fellas. We all need that. That's fine. But it's nothing wrong with me being out like, damn, what my husband doing? Let me text him. It's nothing wrong with that. Even though I'm with my friends, it don't mean I got to be like solely with y'all. I'm just here, y'all. Nobody else exists. It's nothing wrong with that, And
You
I
know,
think I agree with you when you said mothers don't need to teach sons. Okay, I agree. Maybe up to a certain age, then the sons or the dads need to step in. If they're not in the household, then yeah, I agree with that. Mothers can only teach sons so far. And then, of course, you need male influence. I'm agreeing with you on that, Anthony
right?
or Alan. We agree.
Most
Oh,
definitely.
Brianna said, I married that guy. Oh, okay. So she
Tell her
married the
business,
good
but
guy.
yeah,
So look, that's what I'm saying. So we gotta stop. People, it's just not all inclusive to this one side. I get it. It's a big number of women who just like throwing dudes to the trash. Don't even want them. I understand that, but that's some women are actually picking the good guys and they're getting messed over as well. But she said
yes.
his true colors showed up and showed out. Wow. Uh, Merely said, I think the best bet is to grab someone outside of Western culture. America has ruined most people. I should laugh, but no, that's right. Merely, you know what? I'm not saying. I think grab somebody who's not raised on Western culture, like not necessarily like passport bros, not going all the way out the country to find them, whatever. But I think, like he's saying, is find somebody whose values don't line up with Americans' values or the West culture, because the culture is just trash at this point. It really is. And you have to just find
Yeah.
somebody. They may not be the best looking, okay? They may not be a looker. They may not be in shape. I'm just saying. It's they need love too, and just listen, just settle down, because you got to understand all those things can be worked on. They're superficial. We can always lose weight, exercise, and look better. We can always, what I'm saying, put on a little something and look better. We can always change our hair and make it a certain way and look better. So those things are interchangeable. We can change them. So we shouldn't focus on that. Just grab somebody, y'all. Grab somebody. Like Merely said, grab somebody. Um, um, Alan. Okay, my bad. Laugh out loud. Okay, Alan just a mess starter. He said, "No, I'm not saying my wife doesn't matter, but you should be okay with spending time with your friends when you be with her 24/7." I never said that, Alan. We're on the same page. We're on the
Right.
same page. We are okay. He's okay. You know what I'm saying? She's okay. But he
Exactly.
maybe he's been with his boys a few hours and now, oh, let me see what my wife doing. I wonder what she's doing. You know,
Mhm.
she doesn't just disappear from his mental, right? Or are you saying, okay, he should just go out, have fun with his boys and don't even think about her? Now that I just think, I mean, I don't know if you with somebody you love, that's kind of hard to not do, right? I don't know. Anthony said, "Ladies, tell Alan and Merely how they left me last week. I was looking for my brothers. Yeah, they was gone.
Yeah,
They
he
wasn't
was
saying nothing.
represented.
Yeah, Anthony held it down. We so grateful for him.
Yeah.
Alan was not here, which I'm kind of happy Alan was not here because the conversation may have went a little bit too far to the left, I think. But
We had a short time that day, so
yeah, but Anthony held it down like he really
yeah, he
did.
did.
So we appreciate our brother Anthony so much. Brianna said, but I was blinded by my own selfish worldly desires and was
Oh,
craving
Brianna.
love and attention, which was what the enemy used to make me see that he could love me, but it proved otherwise. It wasn't until I gave. So this is Brianna,
Mm,
fellas, taking
Brianna.
accountability for her own actions. She said she was blinded by her own selfish worldly desires, right?
Mhm.
She was craving love and attention, meaning she probably hadn't had it and she was looking for it. Now, see, women take accountability. I'm trying to tell y'all,
Okay.
they do. Brianna said, my life to God. She said she gave her life to God. He opened her eyes. This is what I'm telling
Mm.
y'all. Be blind, you don't be seeing it. And even when I got saved, I still was blind by flesh. See, worldly desires. But I surrendered to God and He freed me from that good guy. Amen.
Woo.
Listen,
Yes.
she's been delivered.
Indeed.
Merely said, "Living in the country is smart. Actually, it is smart. Y'all better get out of here. I got my passport. I'm gone. Nah, but yeah, that's good,
You
Brianna.
did? Congratulations.
Yeah,
It
bro,
came.
I've been had that. I thought you seen that online. No, you did. You seen it because you was like, you said you had to get yours or something. I think you seen that.
Mm.
When I posted it, I think so.
Yeah.
It's been a few weeks though. Merely said they in Brazil, DR, etc. is wild. I'm going to Bali in September. So hold on. You saying that the same thought process is in Brazil and DR? Wow. You going to Bali to find you a wife? Okay. It's like, nah. You said, "Man, you was happy I wasn't here. I'm so hurt. Laugh aloud. The audacity. I thought I was loved. No, I'm not saying I was happy, right? Well,
Not
I'm
not
happy,
actually.
right? It's not in a bad way, right? It's in a good way, like because I know how you be going in so much, and it just would have took the conversation so far somewhere else, as well as like so many comments. Because I just know you like to ruffle feathers. That's what I'm saying. That's all. um. Okay, y'all talking about going to Bali, going to Brazil. Look what he said. You will find the best side chick out there. Now look at you talking about side chicks. See? You wrong, Alan. Anthony says, since you about to be 40, you should have been had. I know. Listen, I tried a few years ago and never did it. And just I got the passport papers and all that just sitting. But this time I said, I'm doing it for real. I don't at this point at all costs. I'm getting it. Anthony said, "No, we needed Alan last week for sure. I had to play him." You did. You did it gracefully though, because Alan would have been gone. You did it very gracefully, and we thank you for that. But yeah, I'm happy that he wasn't here, but I'm also I wish he was here, but I kind of like you in the middle, because I think it would have been just so far left that we would probably wouldn't been able to get it back though. But I think that's all we got today, right? Look, this has been a short topic.
Yeah.
Anthony said, Alan said, I'm a necessary evil. You silly. That may be the case at times. I can't take that from you. But yeah, y'all, let's get this dating scene together. That's why we doing Black Love. We love you too, Alan. We're doing Black Love so we can have some nice, wholesome, good guys meet some nice, good women. Like, I really want that to happen for us, like, honestly. And because I noticed, like, even the good guys, the women sometimes be able to be with the good guys, but they just want to keep the good guys as their savior, right? They want the good guys to just stay around when they need something, when they need help, when they, ain't got it, because they know the good guy just gonna do that. And so they use the good guys for that a lot of times. And then they chase after the bad guys of what they really want. Instead of just settling down with the good guy and saying, you know what, he got all the qualities I really need. Let me go ahead and settle down with this man. But it's usually no, we still chasing that same type of guy. And at, my age, or even in the early 30s, I think we should have an idea of what we need in men, in women. Because I think if we did, it wouldn't be so many singles or so hard to date. Like, the culture has messed everything up, y'all. We gotta just find somebody who love the Lord, like really love the Lord. I don't care. Even if he is okay. No, I don't know. Ashley said, host an event for singles to meet. I know. I was trying to do it with the Black Love. That's what I was trying to do. Like, Black Love, singles meet and couples ignite the fire. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was trying to do. Like, but I think this year we'll have more singles. She's on rooftop parties this summer. Okay, Ashley, if you want to throw that, then you can. But I think there is somebody doing something like that. I don't know where. Dark skin goddesses always work. Oh Lord. Listen, don't come over here with that light skin, dark skin thing. We don't do that. But I know I have been saying dark skinned men for a while. I'm just saying what the norm is now. I think the light skins, they said, went out like in the some that, but my husband light skin, and I that was a step out of my comfort zone, honestly, because I always loved dark skin. Dang, I'm frozen. I always loved dark skinned men and things like that growing up. But I love him, and it's like it don't even matter no more. You know what I'm saying? It used to be like, oh, I need me a dark skinned soldier, but no, not no more. You need to get somebody who gonna treat you right. Now listen, even if they 55, 60, it's like I'm playing. I'm playing. acting up. Oh, I'm frozen. So I'm about to get off this now because God said, shut it down. Shut it down.
Shut it down.
Shut it
Calm
down.
down.
Shut it off. Anthony, I know. I don't know. And I didn't, my internet is at the highest. I promise you, y'all, my internet is at the highest level. And Xfinity came out here and rerouted and did something, and now my internet's slowing down. I'm about to lead them. I'm about to lead they behinds. Like seriously, we paid all this money and my internet keep freezing. Trust me.
Seriously, that's the problem.
It's a problem. So I'm gonna let Melita take over for y'all.
No,
Melita, you don't want me to come back?
don't leave. No.
Oh God, I can't even do nothing but leave. Let me see. I can't touch nothing. All right. Well, listen. Hopefully, it probably ain't going to end. Let me see if I can end my stream. I don't know if I can. Nope, I can't. I can't do nothing, Melita. So I gotta come back.
Right.
Talk about Black Love.
So the Black Love events, I think that is gonna be awesome. It had great food. I'm looking forward to seeing all the podcast followers and fellowship with them. I think that's gonna be a nice experience. I just think it's gonna be great, but nothing is gonna be better than the trip, right? Like if you're looking forward to the trip and you plan on going to the trip, make some noise, like say something, let me know. You coming April 2025? Are you coming? That's the question. I want to know who I'm fellowshipping with, because I think we're gonna have a great time. So I'm who coming? Look, Brianna, look. Don't judge me. It was a mistake. But yeah, if you coming, let us know. It's gonna be Jamaica. We're about to start making, we there. We're about to start making arrangements so that we can start taking payments, or however that needs to work. Getting your passports and things like that. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I'm really looking forward to that trip. I plan on having some family there and things like that. So I think it's going to be a great time. Most of us, we have faith, and we know how to be respectful, and I just think we're going to have fun. So I really do. This was a great time. It was definitely interesting.
I'm so silly. I can't wait for all y'all to meet me in person. Like for real. I'm just
because like even at the event, like you were doing so much that we didn't get to. And then the second time I came, it was for business. So even though I did enjoy myself both times, I want to come back to the trip. Angelina, we missed you.
Angie or and Angel. I'm sorry. I don't want to call you nothing that ain't your nickname. I'm always nicknaming people. Like I'm gonna call you this. But so Black Love. You don't. I think I'm gonna call you Mel. You don't like that? That's probably your brother name.
Yeah, that's my brother.
See, now I ain't got to. Okay, I call you
Lita. Yeah, that's fine.
We'll see. Look, I got to come up with something good. But
you gonna get it. You gonna get it.
I am. What I'm about to say? Oh, you said Lord willing, plan to be there. Have my pet. Okay, yep. The trip. We waiting on Ashley. Ashley and you too, Melita. But I know you know Ashley. We waiting on Ashley to come. Ashley got a lot going on, but she gonna get it because we still got time, y'all. Okay. But the Black Love, I'm gonna be getting that together soon. We're gonna be getting. It's a nice haul I seen, so we're gonna do that. That's gonna be in February. What else I was about to say to y'all? Oh, we never gave our solution to good girls liking bad guys. Well, we said it like a carnal solution, but I think the solution is, biblically speaking, is to look at the heart of a man. Just like God judges the hearts, he doesn't look at the outside. And I think if we start looking at people's heart and asking God to judge this person's heart, you know what I'm saying, for us, then we will be able to pick up the perfect guy, not perfect, but a guy that's right for us. And then this wouldn't even exist because a good guy would be something that God would want for us, honestly, who's patient, who's kind. Go ahead.
I agree. No, even when you pray, actually be prepared for the answer, because I do believe at some point, it does show, actually be prepared to see the answer and not headstrong on what you want, but yeah, to see the answer. I believe that when you know what is, then you will understand what wasn't. And sometimes that, it's just prayer, God, faith, not being blinded, not actually going into the word, looking at the characteristics of Christ, looking what the word says a man of your husband should be, or a husband should be, and also being a wife, working on these characteristics within yourself. I think that is very important, because if you don't have them, you won't know them.
Yeah, you got to study it before you have it. Esther prepared 12 months before she became the wife of what was his name? I know Vashti was married to him, right? And he kicked her out because she was disrespectful. But so 12 months, that's a long time to prepare, to be like, I'm about to find me a husband. So, and don't pray, Lord, let him go to church, be tall and dark skinned, because listen, you gonna get it, and it ain't gonna be God giving it to you. Okay, then you'll be like, oh, God answered my prayers. Here it is. This is funny.
And it's like, it's gonna come with these big old red flags. It is true.
Right. I'm telling you, the enemy hear you speak too. You speaking it out. So yeah. Okay, so Anthony's talking about the trip. He said, don't just look at Carnival Cruises, look at Royal Caribbean. I know everybody's saying that. Oh, Ashley said, sounds like you need to join the business. Carnival is for the young people who like to party. Yeah, that's why I've always heard it's a party cruise. So, but I'm sure Ashley's going to look at all of our options, because a lot of people have been saying the Royal Caribbean and all that good stuff.
Definitely, we in good hands.
Anthony said, do women finish last? Well, you would have to answer that for us, Anthony, because I don't think they.
Yep.
I mean, I think some of them do, but I don't know. Yep. I think a man would take a lame woman faster than a woman would take a guy who's like that. Like if a woman was to just be a yes woman to a man, he want that woman. You know what I'm saying? If she was just to give him everything he wanted, you think a man gonna be like, nope, they gonna want that woman. You get what I'm saying? Huh? No, they listen, trust me. They want that woman. I don't know, Anthony, what you think? Merely, I don't know if he's still here, because I honestly think you don't see a lot of women finishing last. Because there's some. You think a lot of women?
Yeah, I think I wouldn't say I don't know about a lot, but I know it's a lot.
More than men.
But not everyone, or most. I wouldn't say most got,
So it's the same as men. You think the same amount of women, good women, finish last as men?
I think that is impossible. I mean, almost hard not to, because it's not the ratio. You know what I mean? Like, it's somebody's gonna get left out. It's not,
I know, but see, women are more like this. Men, you get some men who are like the toxic.
See, Brianna saying it. I'm sorry. Yeah,
and I'm not saying that, right? But I still think it's way more women that overlook a good man than it is a woman. I'm just saying, like, from the qualities that we're looking at, right? From a man, like, okay, you know what? He's a yes man. He always saying, yeah. He's a pushover, right? If a woman was like that, a man would run to that. So it's like, I don't know.
That's not, because it's like you. It's two different. A woman good, you know what I'm saying? A woman good, a good woman finishing last. A good woman and a good man, like, they have two different type of characteristics to me.
Maybe the standards are just too high, I'm thinking. Because I think men aren't as hard as we are. Men are as critical as women are. I just think that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Anthony said men would accept a good woman over a bad woman any day, and that's what I would think because when more women are like, mm-mm, he ain't bad enough for me. He ain't. You know what I'm saying? Women think like that in this society. They want a man that's toxic. Trust me. I seen a reel where she was looking through the guy's phone and she was like, um, oh, you ain't got no bees, you ain't got no other women, and she, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't never gonna see a guy do no stuff like that. Like stuff like that, you know. Even the video Ashley shared about the guy who was like, and this was 2024. Like, you know, they made a little skit like, he like, babe, go ahead and go through my phone. She was like, what? Go through your phone. And then she started going through it. She like, oh, this is weird, really. You know what I'm saying? So that's the type of stuff I'm talking about. I think it's more men than women who are like that, who don't have, I guess, a man. You know, I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I just think it's more men. That's me. Brianna says there's a lot of good saved single women out here. Saved women are hitting jewels. So why? Okay, and that's my thing, right? I don't understand that part, right? Because how, if you're right, single saved women, it shouldn't be a whole bunch of them. That would actually mean that the men maybe aren't saved or saved enough for you, or what, you know what I'm saying? I don't understand that. Like, really, I don't. She said sometimes the most jewels are harder to find. So is this why the women are remaining single for years, because they're just so hard to find, right? Like, I mean, because I don't think that should be the case with, you know, I just don't think that's the case. It should be the case. I don't know. She said the most precious. So the most precious jewels have to be single and they have to be hidden from men so they can find them. I don't know.
I don't think they're purposely trying to hide. I mean, I don't think they're like literally running from people or running under a rock.
Maybe they is. Maybe they're not even coming outside or something. Because I saw another video, a guy was saying that where women like, oh, there's no good men. He's like, are you even coming outside? Are you even going to the library? Are you even getting dressed? You know what I'm saying? Are you even fixing your hair? In which, that's what I'm saying. Esther, 12 months of getting prepared to meet this man. And she didn't even know if she was going to be picked to be his wife. 12 months of beauty regimens, getting herself together. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, and I think maybe sometimes us as women, we be saved, and it's good to be saved and love the Lord, right? But it's okay to want to, you know, get yourself together and get out here, right? And say, you know what? God gonna send me my husband. Let me go out to a brunch spot. You know, let me go out and do something, not just saying you got to be doing nothing reckless. But I just think that's probably why they're not seen. I don't know.
I just don't think, sometimes we don't, you know, I don't know. So that, you know, we all have that opinion on that, but it goes back to what we were saying too about when it came to the modesty, we was able to see it, you know, like that stuff is still happening. So, you know,
what?
Like how we were saying about the modesty, how they're going to choose this over that a lot of times, and it's still happening. So, you know, and sometimes that is a signal of the females, you know, morals and standards, and, you know, really goodness. But it's not, you know, I don't feel, I think good is, you know, just.
Well, I guess we're going to agree to disagree that. Well, we may agree on the same thing, that it's more men, right, getting passed up. More good men are getting passed up than good women, right? Or you think it's more?
I just think that men,
it more goes good back women.
No, I just think that it goes back to good men are getting passed up and good women are getting passed up, and they getting the opposite.
Right. I agree with that. But I think it's still way more men, because more women are conditioned this way than it is men. You get what I'm saying? So more, it's more, I just think it's more women. I mean, sorry, more women that pass up good guys than it is more men. I think it's on both ends, but I don't think it's to the extreme like it is for women. Like, I don't think you would see, well, I ain't saying you would ever, but how the woman's like, oh, he's just too good. In divorce court saying this. I can't see a man going to divorce court and saying my wife is too good. Now, it may happen,
they don't
right?
have to say it. They just don't, you know, they either not choosing it or they're doing it wrong, you know? So it's like, so many
but they're not
it's
divorcing
not
them.
either or. It's just I just think both are happening. That's all.
No, both are happening, but I definitely think it's way more women because more women are more emotionally unstable, I think. And because of that, they sometimes our decisions are skewed more than the men. Not saying all. I just think I don't know that point of view. We agree to disagree on that point. Okay, Anthony said, I'll be with a boring good woman any day. I'll spice her up. Trust. And that's how I feel. I feel like there's a lot of good men who feel like this. You know what I'm saying? And they'll just spice her up. I don't know why they can't find a good woman, but maybe they're looking in the wrong places, or maybe the good women are hidden. I don't know. Angelina said they don't want good women, so the good they don't want them. Brianna said therefore them being last or it taking them longer to be in a marriage relationship. So that's what's she's saying, that it's taking them longer to be in a marriage or relationship because they're hidden jewels or they're precious jewels. I think that's what she's saying. Merely said, if a woman is pleasant and malleable, she has a great chance of getting a quality man. And that would be a good woman, I would say, right? Anthony said also some women say they good women, then turn out it was an act. That is facts too. So okay, so that could play a factor. Ratio of good women to predators is not good. Angelina be going in. All the men want a good woman, even bad men. How many good women are still holding down subpar men? That's happening too. You know, I think it's, and you're also having some good husbands who the women is just wilding out too. So I think that happens on both ends too. Whoso finds a wife, he has to find her. He has to seek God to find his precious jewel. He does have to find her. I agree with that. But if she's always hidden, how can he find her? Right? If she's never to be found.
He's faithful. Like, God say, do this, go here. It's a such thing as being that in tune, because I've experienced it being that in tune. Why you want me to go to
right? And then
at 5 8, you know what I'm saying? Like this, that's an odd time to go. But then you go and then boom, so I've seen a lot of things.
I've seen stories like that where people have actually met their husbands because they listened and said, guys, put on some clothes and do this and do that. And they did it. And they that's how they found their husband. Like, honestly, if you don't get out here, you're not going to, the husband can't find you. He can't come to your door. Now, sometimes that may happen, right?
You don't go to the store at all.
But I'm just saying, like, no, some women, that's all they do, go run right. You know what I'm saying? They don't even come out, or even maybe try to put on some nice clothes. Like I said, Esther, 12 months, Beauty, 12 months to find, and she didn't know if this was going to be her husband. So if she made herself available, yes, he's the husband who finds the wife, but she had to make herself available.
Right, because in that case, the kingdom paid for the kingdom got her together. No, like she got together. It wasn't the uncle, you know what I mean? She didn't get this. She had to take some time away, and then she was getting prepared as she was away. Like, you know what I'm saying? She went into the kingdom, nothing. But it's just what I'm just saying, it's just what happened.
Okay, so what's wrong with what I'm saying is the whole point was, right? Her uncle said, listen, he looking for a wife. His wife he just threw out. And he like, listen, we Jews, we under bondage. You need to take, whatever. So then because whoever wanted to be up for the running had to go through that, right? So I'm just saying it's nothing wrong with getting yourself prepared, making yourself, more attractive. Not saying put makeup, all this, and you're looking like a clown. But no, just, doing some natural things you can do. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a lot of times, sometimes good women just be like, I'm just going to stay closed off. I don't even want to come out, or I don't even want to be bothered, and never find it. Brianna said they out here. We go out, have fun. Okay. Anthony said, I started a whole new topic. You sure did. Man, Merely said, men don't want saved women. Most of the so-called saved women either make Jesus their man or only use church and religion to mask trauma. Oh God. Wow. So, okay, there's a man saying that I guess, so Jesus is our heavenly, our God, our heavenly Father. He's our savior. Daniel here. But he shouldn't be made our man. And I think that may be a point, if you make it like Jesus is your man, which if you don't have a husband, he has to be your man, right? If you don't have a father, he has to be your father. If you don't have all these things, he's there. But when you get a man who's trying to court you and you make it all like, yes, Jesus is everything you need, but just calm down a little
Johnson
bit.
Restoration.
Oh, hold on, y'all. Daniel, my son, he's calling my husband. Hold on 1 second. Daniel, don't call your dad right now because I'm on live, baby. Sorry, I was looking like, how's my husband saying something? But ooh, and don't play nothing on my phone. I forgot, Daniel, because it's hooked here. Hold on, let me take it off. Go ahead, Daniel. I unpaired it. I'm gonna have to pair it back next week. But yes. Okay, yeah, this is a whole nother topic. I did not want to go this far. Oh, let's see. What you talking about, Melita? You laughing?
Because it's a whole
nother
slew of
topic.
comments. We're gonna have to just read the comments and not actually
read the comments.
Yeah, we gotta just read the comments. Because if we respond to it, it's definitely gonna keep going.
Okay, Brandon said maybe it's both good men and women. Yeah, we think that. The Bible says a woman's heart should be so hidden in God that a man must seek him to find her. That's how it's supposed to be. Well, okay. You want to just keep going? No, I'm not. We're not saying that part. I think he's just talking about as far as you can't be normal. It's just everything like even your conversation is you can't even just be a regular person. That's all. And again, if you're going to take on a husband, then your husband is now your head. Jesus, of course, is both of y'all heads, but your husband is who you're subjected to. And so if your husband feels like you're not subjected to him at all, but Jesus is all I need, that's like a form of disrespect because God told you to order. So, but I think that's what he's saying about Christian women. So you got to have a balance. There it is again. It's a balance. Anthony said it is more women who pass up good men. That's all I'm saying. I definitely feel like it's way more men that's getting passed up than women. Linda said the Bible says he that finds a wife finds a good thing. So the husband has a choice to choose his wife. So if you choose a wife for her body, her hair, or whatever you choose, you should be willing to hang with that woman unless she makes the change. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. He definitely needs to find a wife, but you also want to be found. If you just don't do anything, he can't see you, right? The Zillick stuff isn't meant for romantic relationships. Oh Lord. Women be pretending too is what they said. Hidden is a figurative term. Of course, because to be hidden in his word doesn't mean nobody can see you. That just means that you hiding the word in your heart. You hide, you know what I'm saying? It's on your mind, meditating, all that good stuff, but you still have to be soft. Merely said the Bible works when everyone is virgins like the Bible. Just gonna laugh. Angelina said the good men need to stop chasing the wigs, weaves, and physical attributes.
Oh my God. Chasing it too.
Hold on, man. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Okay. Facts. And he said facts. Oh Lord. Brandon said, now you're right. Some women do literally stay in the house and do nothing all day but work and then home. So to a certain extent, some people do be hiding. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it's a lot of women that do that. She's on looking like a clown. Yeah. Y'all, this funny. Merely said attraction is biblical. The Bible describes how people look left and right. God knows how attraction works. Yeah, it does. It does. A lot of attraction is described in the Bible of okay, this woman was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? This woman looked this way. This man was this way. So yeah, it does talk a lot about that. You did start something. Mama J said merely all saved women is not the same. A balanced saved woman is nothing like that. Amen. She said most men look for women in the wrong places and yet they want a good woman. You will not find a good woman out in the bad places. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. So if the good men are looking in the good places, that's where the good women need to go, to those places that they're looking. But what places are those? I mean, I guess, the grocery store Definitely grocery store, y'all. Better go once a week. No, I'm playing. Grocery store.
Home Depot. No.
Oh, Home Depot. It was this girl. Home.
He's saying
That's
that's the
where
new
all the
name.
good. No, seriously, that's where a lot of the good men are at because they work on. That means they got good work ethic. They're working on houses. They making money. They got their own business. Hey, definitely try there. Merely said, being a religious zealot is a separate journey. Most zealots never marry. Typically, romantic relationship weren't a part of their journey. Yeah. And so this is why we got to understand when Paul talked about if you were to marry, he said he would rather you be single. Y'all remember that? He said, I'd rather you be single as I am, right? Because then you don't have to worry about what your husband wants, what your wife wants, this and that and that. So it is a certain level you do have to bring yourself down to when you do want to marry, right? Not saying sin and none of that, but you got to be, more practical. And this is why Paul is saying the thoughts and your reactions, they can be all about God, everything. But when you are married, then you have to think about what your husband wants, what your wife wants. Their needs are coming, not before God's, but you have to have them in perspective. And I think Paul makes that point because he wants you to understand that when you are married, you won't be able to focus as much on like the road of God as if you were single. And I know you can't, because again, you got so much to do in life where if you're a single person, all you're worried about is the things of God. That's it, so yeah. Anthony said, all right, that's the end. I know, right? Let's get off of here. Y'all, that's enough. Y'all, we're going to talk about this next time. So what was this topic again? Why are so many good women single? Melita, what you do?
Right.
Oh, I don't know what just happened to Melita's. What happened?
Oh, I had to transfer.
Okay, so on next week's topic, because what was that topic again? Okay, why are good women single, right? Because Anthony started something, he gonna try to dip.
Wow.
All right, why are good women single on next week's topic? Okay, that's what we're gonna do. We got to get out of here because Melita's her system messing up now. I don't know what's going on. And then Mama J said, "What is a good woman to you guys?" Okay, so yeah, we gonna definitely.
She said, brother.
What is a good woman to you guys?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm messing up. This is definitely got to be continued.
Okay, so Anthony said, okay, so the same way, do good women finish last? Okay, we'll do it like that. Do good women finish last? I'm writing it down. Do good women finish last? All right, so next week, that's our topic for next week. We're gonna do good women finish last, and we'll be discussing that. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna say that for next week, y'all, because we're gonna be on here another hour and we gotta go. But that's all I got. Melita, she's off. She'll be back next week with us. And thank you all for joining in. We love y'all. We love the dialogue that we all can come together, talk, and just say our opinions like one big family. Nobody has to be upset or mad. And we're all good. So next week we're gonna talk about do good women finish last. It's gonna be great, like always. And don't forget, we about to plan a trip. Don't forget my noni. I gotta throw that in there, y'all. Hey, my noni I still have my noni, okay? And it's good for all kinds of things. If you need weight loss, weight management, if you got diabetes, if you got chronic disorders, if you got any of those things, you need to get noni. Like seriously, I take mine faithfully. God plus noni is revival. But that's enough about me. I'm gonna leave you guys and let you know that we love you. And there is absolutely nothing at all that any one of you could do about it. Okay. So, again, we thank you all for joining us. Until next time, have a great one. Bye bye.